What's up guys, my name is Johnny and this is my wife.
Hi guys, I'm Lauren.
And today we're going to be talking about some frugal tips on how you can be more frugal in your life, save time, save money. We could possibly head into a recession here in 2023. We don't know if that's going to be job loss, what economic downturns there's going to be, but if you enact and put these into action, these tips, you're going to save a lot of money that'll help you now and it'll also help you in the future as well. And please remember, being frugal, it is not about being cheap or buying the cheapest things. It is about getting the best value for your money. Let's jump right into it. Tip number one, be frugal where it matters, and that's where your biggest expenses are. That's going to be your car, that's going to be your housing, and that's going to be your food. If you look at a budget, if you've created a budget already, if you haven't, create one right now, look at those, and you're going to see that that's where most of your money is going. So if you're able to save money there, you're going to save a lot more than, for example, just saving $10 a month on your internet bill. If you are saving $10 a month on your internet bill, but you're still paying $5 every day for a cup of coffee from Starbucks, it really doesn't matter. So do it, be frugal where it counts.
So something that Johnny and I like to do is thinking of our money in terms of time. Personally, what that means for me, I work a full-time job, but I also like to do, a couple things on the side. So I walk dogs, and walking dogs makes about $20 an hour. So if I want that new pair of shoes that's about $100, then that means it's 5 dog walks. And is it really worth that much time and money? So if you think about it personally for yourself, if you work a minimum wage job, is it really worth all that time that you spend working for that item that really isn't going to bring you that much joy?
Another tip is going to be buying used instead of new when it's possible and when it makes sense. A great idea to do this is when you're buying furniture for your house, like this green chair here. If you were to go buy this new, it could cost you $200-300, but if you go to Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, places like that, next door, you could save 50, 60, 70%. You could do this with furniture, you could do this with clothing, you can do it with tools, cars especially, but buy it used when it makes sense and you'll save a ton of money. Next is to get the best value for your money and to shop around for the best value. This could be with cars, this could be with appliances, it could even be with clothing. For example, here's an example of getting the best value. These are cheap shoes, okay? I paid probably $50, $60 for these. I have to replace these, or I had to, every 5 to 6 months because they wear out. You could tell they're getting kind of tore up. Now these shoes cost 2 or 3 times as much, but these have lasted 4 to 5 times longer than the original, and they look better as they get older. This is another way you could use it with the car. Instead of buying a $1,500 or a $2,000 car, it might be a better idea to fork out the $4,000 or $5,000 for a car that's going to require less maintenance, less oil changes, less repair. It's going to keep you on the road, and ultimately in the long run, it's going to save you money. So remember, being frugal. Don't be cheap, but get the best value for your money.
Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so we can continue giving you frugal tips.
This could be one of the most important things on this list, and that is to eat at home and to save money rather than going out to eat. This is going to save you a ton of money. This is where most people, in my opinion, spend most of their money. This is where we like to spend most of our money, so we need to be careful with it, is to eat at home. Use simple ingredients, make simple meals that are easy to make. It doesn't dirty a lot of dishes, so it's easier for you to cook at home. But also, do this as well. Cook for leftovers. This is important. Why? Well, it's going to save you a ton of time for one, okay? You already have your lunch for tomorrow, your dinner for tomorrow even, but also it's going to save you a lot of money as well. Because once you cook that, now you just minus another meal that you need to take into account for expense or grocery shopping. You throw it in the microwave, it'll save you time and money. Very important tip.
So you guys might think Johnny and I are extremely cheap for this one, but we call it frugal. What we like to do is when we go out to eat, not to restaurants, so it'd be kind of weird, but when we go out to drive-thrus, fast food places, we like to take our own drink. So if you don't do this, you end up spending $6, $7 on top of your meal just for drinks that you can have at home. So we like to definitely take them with us.
Yeah, much easier to do. You have to plan ahead. But another thing we also do when we go out to eat is we share meals. We realize that typically when we go out to eat anyways, we have leftovers. So instead of having leftovers, what we'll do is we'll just share a meal at the restaurant, and this will cut your cost of the restaurant by 50%. And now if we just want to go out and just get out in town, we're tired of being at home, we want to get our entertainment, what we'll also do is we'll eat at home, our main course, and then we'll just go out to eat for dessert. So that'll save us a lot of money, but we still get the same perks of getting out, socializing, and having a good time.
And something that this personally helps me with, I'm an overeater, so sharing definitely helps, not only monetarily, but overeating.
Now, quite possibly the hardest tip on this list is going to be what I'm going to say next, and that is knowing your needs versus your wants. This can take a lot of self-discipline, a lot of self-control, but you absolutely have to know exactly what you need. Now, it's all right. For example, these speakers right here, I love home theater. I love speakers. I 100% know these were a want. I know I did not need these, but I planned it out. I was frugal enough in other places to be able to afford these, right? And this is so hard because your mind is going to try and trick you and tell you, well, I do need that because of this, or I need to do that because my friends are coming over, or if I buy new workout clothes, I'll probably work out, or if I buy new pans, I'll probably cook at home more. You got to be honest with yourself. It's going to be difficult to do that. But once you do it, this is where you're going to save a ton of money, a ton of frustration. And if you can't figure out if it's need or want, sleep on it for 2 days, and hopefully you'll come to your senses in one of those mornings. What we're going to talk about next is borrowing instead of buying when you can. Perfect example of this, I was recently putting up some curtains in my place. We're doing some work on it. I needed a tool because I needed to cut some of the brackets. But instead of going to Home Depot or Lowe's and spending a couple $100 on a new tool, I just asked one of my friends to borrow theirs. Now this saved me, again, a couple $100. So when you can do this, try to borrow instead of buy when you can. Maybe you're cooking for your family, you need a specialized cooking tool, borrow it.
Another huge money-saving tip is buying in bulk. You can go to Costco, you can go to Sam's, and you can get everything that you need in larger quantities, and it's going to be for a lot less. So something that we did the other day, we like these pot pies, and they were on sale at Costco, and it was quite a big sale. So instead of buying one of these packages, we bought 2 or 3, and that way they're not going to go bad, and we have them in the freezer instead of next time buying them for double the price.
And they're not very healthy though. We don't recommend them.
Yeah, don't recommend them. They have a lot of calories in them. Something else that we like to do is buy all our meat from Costco in bulk. But one thing to remember when you're buying in bulk, I always forget this, is making sure your pantry or your freezer and fridge stay organized. If you don't do this, then you're going to buy things and forget you even have them. The other day I bought some granola and I didn't realize I already had 2 packages of the exact same thing, and they just went bad because I didn't have them in an organized space. So keep your things organized when buying in bulk.
Well, there it is, guys. There's some of the frugal tips that we live by that help us save time and money. If you put these into action today, it's going to save you time and money as well, and it's also going to make you more conscious of your personal finance. If you want more videos on this, on frugal tips, personal finance, investing, please like and subscribe. We have some more videos coming out very soon. But please remember, being frugal is not cheap. It is by getting the best value for your money.